What's up, folks? Thought I would take you through my ladder collection. Just a review of the ladders that I have, that I've used over the years of my business. This one here is the biggest one I have, and I bought it. The peak on one side of my roof is 30 some odd feet, and I had to makeshift scaffolding back when I had it. This ladder is almost 16 foot collapsed. I want to say reach height is almost 42 foot or something ridiculous. It's a ginormous ladder. It's one of the biggest ones that Warner makes, at least that I could get a hold of in my area. I had to special order it from Lowe's. I had a job on a house with a really high peak that I needed it for, and I also needed it for my personal home use. So I bought it. I want to say it was almost $400. And it hasn't been used but like 3 times. But it's one of those, when you need it, you gotta have it, or you go rent some scaffolding, to get up to where you need to get. And all the wear you see on this is just from it sitting back here. I had it in this lean-to at one point in time, but took it out because it just takes up so much space. It is heavy, and it's a pain in the butt to use by yourself, but it works. It is narrow too. It's not real wide. Inside here, I also have a 23 foot Warner ladder. This one's probably 3 inches wider than the other one. It doesn't leave the barn very often either, but when the need arises, I have it. Let's see, pancake scaffolding. I'll show you the legs for this, or the attachments. This are on the side of the barn. I don't use this very often, but when you need it, you need it. I also have some 18-inch Warner scaffolding. I believe that's what that's called. It's a little step ladder. It's about 18 inches high. It's perfect for working on trim and stuff in houses on 9-foot, 10-foot ceilings. This is a Warner aluminum ladder. I want to say it's a 12-foot extension ladder. It hasn't left the barn in several years. A lot of these are just reiterations of, I had this back before I had some of my other ladders, and then when I got a different ladder, I just quit using these. This Warner here, I think, is a 10-foot step ladder. And I want to say the only reason I bought it is because I was at a location, needed a ladder for something. I didn't want to drive home to get my ladder. I was several hours from the house, and it was on sale. I could probably get rid of both of these, but they hang around. This is a Warner attachment. It's really handy if you're working on the side of house. It'll help you span across windows. The little pegs are actually inside. It's got little rubber grommets that get on the end, but you attach it to an extension ladder. When you lean it against the side of the house, it'll span over a window, or just kind of help spread your weight out across the area you're working in. Let's see, what else? Just on the other side of that concrete mixer, you'll see the 2 landings for this pancake scaffolding. And here are the arms, or the sides for the pancake scaffolding. One of these I just bought this year. This other one I've had for probably 5 years. These Warner ladders I love. I don't know that they sell them in my area anymore. This used to be Lowe's and Home Depot carried these Warner ladders. Now I think everybody's kind of gone to the little giant version, which is what I carry in my truck. It's a little bit lighter than this, but not much. I love these. They will operate as an extension ladder, as a step ladder. You can take them apart and use them as scaffolding. They are handy. The only problem I've had with them is these little pop rivets here eventually wear out and come off. A little pegs on the ends will come off every once in a while. If you grease them and keep them lubricated, they last forever. This is the big version of it. I've had this for quite a while. I do not take this with me very often. I want to say it goes up to a 14-foot extension. It's also a Warner as well. You can't tell because the stuff's all wore off. The other thing nice about these is these are 300-pound rating ladders. Most every extension ladder's like 250 unless you go big time. And I bounce between 220 and 245, so if I've got anything in my hands, I'm over the weight limit of most ladders. So these are handy, and the weight capacity helps. But this is nice because it's so compact. You can throw it in the truck and still be able to reach, to pretty drastic spans. Ladder I keep in my truck right now is this little orange Little Giant multi-13. I think it's a 13-foot step ladder or extension ladder, and I want to say maybe a 6-foot step ladder, something like that. It's just right for 90%, 99% of the work that I do. I can get up in drop ceilings on commercial jobs, and for 10-foot drop ceilings anyway, and it'll do anything in a residential house unless it's got some drastic vaulted ceiling. Let's see, and then I've got a couple here in the shop. This was my very first ladder that I bought when I first got out on my own. It's a Warner 6-foot extension or 6-foot step ladder. I basically keep it in here to get up there where I keep all my stuff that won't fit down in the base of the shop. So it never leaves the shop, but it is a good ladder. Had it for quite a while. I also have a couple of these kind of ladders. These are the other two ladders I've got. These are just little steps. I don't know if you call them ladders, step stools. Little 3-step deals. They're nice for painting, or if you're working on some electrical or stuff. These kind of have nice little pockets, stuff you can put your drill in, your screwdrivers. I don't take them with me that often if I'm doing a paint job or something where I'm putting can lights in or something like that. I'll bring these with me because they've got a little work surface and a bigger area to stand on. But I think those are all my ladders. Like I said, that 13-foot Little Giant is the one that stays in my truck at all times. And it's my ladder of choice. You can straddle it, put your leg on both sides of it when you set it up like a step ladder, and you can basically get two different people working on the same ladder. They are excellent little ladders. So that's my ladders, and kind of my opinion on them. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you got any questions, if you have any of these, and what your experiences are. Appreciate it. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.